What's up everyone, welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. For those of you who may not have heard, Nintendo's Direct unveiled a new Zelda game that is coming out in the same month as Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. Not only is this Zelda game releasing in the same month as Suicide Squad Justice League, May 2023, it's releasing days before the game comes out. Now, make no mistake, ladies and gentlemen, Zelda is the obliterator of attention from any other video game that it sat with in the same month. Remember Breath of the Wild and remember Horizon Zero Dawn? It dropped pretty much around the same time, and for the most part, Horizon Zero Dawn did not get as much love as it could have gotten if it was a game that was released very, in an isolated space or in an isolated time frame. And Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, for the most part, seemed poised to be releasing away from a lot of video games. Even the Jedi game that's coming out in April is also going to provide, or I would say pose, some level of competition, because a lot of people haven't seen that there's a battle pass in this game, are going to spend and prioritize their dollars on a Jedi game rather than the Suicide Squad game. In fact, I know some of you here in the community that have already declared this to me. So this is not like I'm saying as a conjecture. I'm actually citing gamers and players here in the Video Game Fight School community, because most of you do not want to play live service games. I'm more open-minded. I will try any game. I'll buy 2 copies of games that may not even necessarily interest me sometimes, just, because I think it's a cool concept. And it's one of those things where even because I try to maybe check out these games don't necessarily mean that I'm 100% sold on these projects. It's just one of those things that I just do from time to time because it's somewhat interesting to me. Even though I'm not a Zelda fan, I don't play Zelda games. I've never beaten one. I think I started Breath of the Wild just to show my kid how, to navigate and some of the mechanics, but I'm not interested in a game like that. But do not be misunderstood. There are a lot of Zelda fans that span across many gaming demographics, especially demographics of gamers that played maybe original Zelda games from the Nintendo handhelds and so on and so forth. They are going to be looking for this game to come out, and they are going to be spending their money buying the game. Also, looking at the way we're seeing pricing of games, this is going to provide some very hefty competition for Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. I guess this might be a big lesson right now, and I get it. This is one of those times where you have to basically level with everybody. We know within the superhero genre and the superhero community, what is most desired are single-player games. Anything that even tries to, in a sense, maybe even vary itself is met with a lot of hostility. I get it. Rocksteady fans, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League fans, and so on and so forth. You might say, well, I'm going to play this game. I don't care. It's Rocksteady. But you're probably going to be among a minority of gamers at the end of the day. Why? You got to see the way they treated Gotham Knights. It wasn't necessarily something that you can just chalk up to, oh, maybe people were just not happy because Gotham Knights A, B, C, D, and E, because Gotham Knights did something unique. There's no doubt about that. Gotham Knights came in to provide a difference in terms of that gameplay cycle and a spin, making an RPG game. And gamers did not want it. So for the most part, the sanctioned genres, the genres that are actually well accepted, are number one, single player games, and then possibly fighting games within the superhero genre. We also got to see Midnight Suns throw down, say, a turn-based style game, but that's also a single player game in a sense, action adventure, or I would say action turn-based in a sense. So that did not necessarily veer off too far away. But Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, it looks like it is running off the beating path from taking these superheroes within the Arkham universe, going into Metropolis and putting them or pitting them against characters that don't necessarily use weapons, that you could have probably made a Justice League game and be successful, but yet you're making a shooter game that could be monetizable, and a lot of gamers don't want to see it. And then Zelda, a single player Nintendo title, is coming on the block, and I'm certain that there's going to be stiff competition for this game. Now, this may not necessarily have too much of a big impact for the audiences that don't necessarily care like myself, but there are audiences and audience members that are going to be split between all of this. And for these audiences and audience members, they are the ones that are more than likely going to have to make the decision. Should I buy Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, a live service shooter, Or should I buy a phenomenally or a possibly phenomenal Zelda game that already has established itself as a game that provides solid fun, enjoyment, gameplay mechanics that are going to pretty much serve me for my $70 price tag that I'm going to pay, because I think $70 was the price tag? Or do I go buy a live service game that's going to basically try to monetize the heck out of me because I paid for it? This might be a simple answer for a whole lot of people in this time and age, because, you know, with the $70 price tag, a lot of people are not too happy when they don't get 100% pristine quality in almost every area. But I do get it. There are fans that are still going to support the project. Some of you have said you're going to definitely go ahead and buy the game. You don't care if there's any other game coming out. Some of you are, you're high rollers and stuff like that. That's pretty cool. But we cannot necessarily just overlook the market impact that this is going to cause. But I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what it is that you think, and hopefully we'll talk pretty soon in another one. Peace out.